Welcome to New Sky TV. A preordained first encounter. Are they really in love? The greater the difference between Wang Haozhen and Zhai Yiying, the stronger the sparks. If there's one couple most likely to explode before airing in early 2026, Wang Haozhen and Zhai Yiying are definitely on the list. One is 34 years old, with a calm temperament and sharp features. The other is 25 years old, sweet and lively, with eyes that shine. The 9-year age difference doesn't create distance. Instead, it seems precisely calibrated by fate, becoming an amplifier of dramatic tension. No wonder the entire internet was asking after the trailer was released, is this really a first encounter, or was the answer already written? In the drama, Zhai Yiying plays Susuyan, who appears to be a sweet girl with a terminal illness, soft, obedient, and pitiful, but in a turn of the camera, she is the aggressive female lead who takes the initiative to form a bond and forcefully kisses the male lead. That scene, standing on tiptoe, raising her hand, and grabbing his collar, is clean, crisp, and carries a girlish stubbornness, instantly becoming a classic. Viewers exclaimed, "This isn't a sweet girl surrounded by love, this is a hunter who knows how to flirt." To better embody the frail character, Zhai Yiying voluntarily lost 5 pounds, but insisted on maintaining her clear, bright eyes. In the bathtub scene, water droplets slid down her eyelashes, light and shadow lingered on her face, creating a cinematic quality that was simply divine. Without excessive sentimentality or deliberate attempts to elicit sympathy, vulnerability and strength coexisted on the same face, making the character believable and relatable to the audience. Even more remarkable was her improvisation. Her casual bore, a playful yet not clingy, lively yet natural phrase, became the character's signature quirk. Netizens quickly followed suit, launching the Susuyan counter-flirting challenge, with short videos going viral and the topic garnering over 50 million views. Some say this is a rare example in recent years of a character indirectly boosting the actor's popularity. Wang Haozhen's reaction was equally intriguing. On screen, his emotional progression from restraint to surrender was incredibly precise. Faced with Susuyan's initiative, he didn't reciprocate, but rather had his defenses gradually broken down. This kind of performance, driven by a sweet but not weak female character, draws viewers in effortlessly. Discussions about Wang Haozhen seeming to really like Zhai Yiying have quietly intensified. Their differences are precisely their most fatal attraction. Despite differences in age, temperament, and pace, they create a wonderful synergy in their scenes together. She's fast, he's steady, she's bright, he's profound. When differences are respected and utilized, a chemical reaction erupts. This isn't formulaic, artificial sweetness, but a genuine feeling created by both the character and the actor. So the question arises, are they really in love? Perhaps the answer isn't important. What matters is that this pairing has successfully made the audience believe that love happened. In an era of rampant media hype, the ability to portray a kiss as an emotional turning point, a glance as evidence of attraction, is a rare skill. Their first, preordained connection may only be the beginning. What truly captivates is the tacit understanding that grows from their differences. And that's what makes them so compelling. This seemingly casual question on set unexpectedly ignited an even bigger discussion. When Zhai Yiying asked, with curiosity and a hint of joking, "Why are you called Wang Xianshan?" Her natural tone, devoid of any deliberate attempt to be sweet, immediately lightened the atmosphere. Wang Haozhen was initially taken aback, then chuckled. The fleeting moment of looking down and then up was quietly captured by a staff member. At that moment, the so-called nickname ceased to be merely a label within fan culture, becoming a genuine connection between the two actors beyond their on-screen roles. For fans, the name Wang Xianshan was no secret. It wasn't a deliberately crafted persona, nor a forced joke from a variety show, but rather a natural reaction accumulated over many years. Wang Haozhen rarely displays outward emotions in front of the camera, yet he always inadvertently reveals that unguarded smile, unassuming, not sharp, yet precisely striking. This is why fans say, he's not being sweet through marketing, he's naturally sweet. Zhai Yiying's reaction perfectly confirms this. She didn't tease him or escalate it into a variety show-style interaction. Instead, she listened attentively, nodded, and smiled, replying, "No wonder." Those 3 simple words were repeatedly interpreted by netizens. It was a tacit understanding, a feeling of being understood and accepted. It wasn't deliberate sweetness, but it was more enduring than any sweet gesture. From that moment on, the audience suddenly realized, the chemistry between this pair went far beyond what was written in the script. Off-screen, they didn't cross any lines, yet maintained the perfect closeness, respectful, relaxed, and focused. Her liveliness made the set lighter, and his stability made the pace more reassuring. This comfort is the most precious state in adult collaborations. Thus, Wang Xianchen was no longer just a synonym for a smile, but also a symbol of a certain atmosphere. It was when he subconsciously checked if she had caught up with the emotion after a scene. It was when she naturally turned around during a movement to see if he had followed. It was the brief pause after the director yelled cut, when both of them were still immersed in their roles. These details were captured by those off-camera and quietly treasured by the audience. Some say that truly chemistry between actors doesn't rely on physical intimacy, but on emotional alignment. Wang Haozhen's sweetness isn't just a superficial smile. Zhai Yiying's flirting isn't an overtly aggressive one. Their attraction lies precisely in the subtle nuances. Perhaps this is why the little incident about their nicknames is repeatedly brought up. It's like a window, allowing us to see the genuine warmth beyond their characters, and making us even more eager to see how much that naturally flowing emotion will be amplified when the camera focuses on them again. Therefore, Wang Xianchen, Wang Sweetie, is no longer just a cute nickname, but has evolved from a fan circle nickname to a label representing the character's essence. When viewers see Wang Haozhen on screen, almost no preamble is needed. Subconsciously, they already have an emotional expectation of the character, gentle, reliable, and with a touch of unconscious deep affection. This pre-existing goodwill is precisely the most scarce invisible asset an actor can possess. Even more remarkable is that this sweetness isn't one-dimensional. It's not a naive, ingratiating act, nor is it a deliberate lowering of posture to pander. Rather, it's the ability to retain a soft undertone even amidst complex emotions. In rushing towards the rose, he can be a vengeful figure burdened with hatred, yet he softens his stance before his lover. In meeting the soft-hearted god, his romance isn't flamboyant, but rather manifested in choices made after repeated restraint. It's the sweet yet nuanced performance that keeps the audience engaged. The nickname Wang the 3-year-old further bridges the gap between him and his fans. It's not a denigration of maturity, but rather an affectionate recognition. Off-screen, he retains a childlike sincerity. On-screen, he firmly embodies the weight of his character. This contrast is both reassuring and captivating. Returning to the current collaborative context, when Wang the Sweetie encounters a proactive, clear-headed, and sharp female character like Zhai Yiying, sweetness is no longer a one-way output, but rather activated, responded to, and amplified. One understands how to receive emotions, the other dares to send signals. A rare virtuous cycle is formed both on and off-screen. Perhaps this is precisely why the audience keeps discussing them, not because of their ambiguous relationship, but because they show a sophisticated form of sweetness, not childish, not pretentious, measured, and warm. Such a Wang Xianchen will naturally be remembered and is destined to go far. This is precisely why Wang Xianchen is no longer just a highlight label in short dramas, but has gradually become a stable emotional symbol. Audiences gain a sense of security from his performances and find healing power in his smiles. When this quality meets the right role and the right partner, the work naturally becomes more likely to go viral. It is foreseeable that as the range of roles expands, Wang Haozhen's sweetness will not be diminished, but rather, with the passage of time, it will grow into a more substantial and memorable charm. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.